Hi guys, and welcome to another simple CSS video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. In our last video we added some CSS to create some transition effects with some timing. In this one we're going to play around with it a little bit more, and we're actually going to make things happen at a different rate. As for here, you can see your colors changing, your color background's changing, and also the radius is changing, and also it's jumping up some. We can, instead of all those happening at one time, which we've got doing here, I think we've got a duration of a second on it. Let's make it happen at different rates here. For those of you that have been following along, you can download the basic version of this little website to practice with if you want to, from a link below this video. And once you do and you unzip it, this is what you're going to get. Now here's our main index.html file that we'll be working on. And inside this little CSS folder here, here's our simple CSS style sheet that we'll be working on. So all you need to do is right click and open with brackets or text editor of choice. Now brackets is a free text editor. It's fantastic. I use it all the time, and it's free to download and use. You can download it from a link below this video too. So here's our CSS file, and here's our index.html with our bare bones website structure in it. And this is the section we've been working on, which is the second section here. And we've been applying CSS to these boxes here. Anything with a class of box. If I just show you, this is what we did last time. .box. And we changed it to when it hovers. We wanted to change the background color. We changed the shadow to an external shadow. We gave it a border, and we made it jump up a little bit with that margin, minus 50 pix. Have a look back at our other videos if you want to learn about margins and paddings and borders. We've done videos on each of those. And then of course the border radius, which is what 50%, which is what turned it into a circle. So okay, at the moment we've got everything happening in a 1 second time frame, which is fine. But what if we want, say, the background to change color in 1 second, and then the radius to change color in 2 seconds? Well, what we can do is we can add another line. We'll add it before our actual transition here, and it's just going to say, instead of transition duration, it's just going to say transition. So I'm actually going to copy these two and just repaste them below. Now let's get rid of that, and let's get rid of that so it just says transition. And again, for those of you that don't know, we've done a video on this. These are vendor prefixes. This makes sure it works in most web browsers, and that's a generic one. You can add a bunch more. Again, watch our previous videos on vendor prefixes if you want to learn more about those. Okay, so now we've got WebKit transition, and we've got to tell it what exactly we want it to work on. So we want the first one to be background. And then we'll put a comma, and then the second one we want to work on that border radius there, border radius. So we want to put border radius, and we got our little semicolon afterwards, which is correct. And we want the same exact thing on our just generic one underneath here. Okay, now to tell it exactly what to do, That first second is now going to work on the background. We've got two different values there. I want to make sure we've got the same values on both. And we need to add another one. Again, we just put a comma in there. And put another value in there, which we'll say 2 seconds. And quick save. Now the first one is going to be working on our background, and the second one is going to be working on our border radius. Save that. And back to our site. Move that one out of the way. Quick refresh. Now when we hover over, the color should change in 1 second and the border radius should change after 2 seconds. Let's change those values so we can see that a bit more. What I'll do is I'll take off the margin attribute because it's now we've not got that selected, it's jumping up after instantly. Okay, let's just comment out this margin top. /star, */ comment that out. Let's just change these so we can see it a little bit easier. So that's 1 second. Let's make that 3 seconds. And save it. Back to our site. Refresh. Now the color should change after 1 second and the border radius after 3. Let's take it even further. Let's make that 2 seconds. Make this 4 seconds. Save it. And now our color change will be taking 2 seconds and our border radius change will be taking 4 seconds. Let's switch that round. So now our color change will be taking 4 seconds and our border radius will be taking 2 seconds. And as we release, it'll do the same thing. And let's add a third. Let's make it jump up after a certain amount of time. Take our comment out here, so this one is active again, margin top 50 pixels, and we'll just simply add another one up here, comma, margin top, because that's the one that we want it to act on now. And of course we'll need to copy this and put it down below also. Notice I got 2 semicolons there. Doesn't matter too much, but it's better than having none at all, because the things after it won't get read if you have none at all. Okay, and let's add a comment in here, and let's say after 6 seconds, let's make it jump up. Comma, space, 6 seconds. And as you know from previous one, you can use 0.5, 0.25, 0.1, 0.2, whatever. You don't have to use whole seconds. I'm just using them for this demonstration. Save this, Control S, back to the site. And we've got background color, border radius, margin top. So now the background color should be 4 seconds. The margin should change in 2 seconds, and it should pop up, jump upwards after 6 seconds. So let's do a quick refresh, see if that happens. There we go. Just do that again. My mouse came off of it and it started blinking there because of that. So let's do that one more time. Color, border, margin. Like I say, those are a little extreme. But purely for demonstration, let's put it back to something that'll make a little bit more sense for the real world. Let's change the color to 2 seconds. We'll change the border to 1 second. Well, we'll actually change the border to 0.5 second. And we'll make it jump up after 3 seconds. And these are still quite long, but play with it, have it exactly how you want it. This is purely for demonstration. Control S to save, back to the site. And let's see that in action. There we go. Nice little gradual movement there, with a bit of flow to it. And of course, because we've done it on all of our box classes, all these squares have the class of box. It's working on all of those classes now. So there you go. There's how to have multiple timings on your CSS transitions. I hope you found that useful. If you have, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe to our channel. If you're interested in web design, please take one of our courses below. We have some huge discounts for our YouTube subscribers. And also, there's some great free courses down there. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.